going on, Jerome's? It was a beautiful weekend for Minnesota football. Again, this is an illegal fair catch. I don't know, man. I don't know. But your Vikings got themselves a big-time W, eating a W, beating the San Francisco 49ers 22-17. And also, there's room for improvement. Frankly, the Vikings should have won by 2 touchdowns, but you know, we'll get into it. But we got some truths to tell about the Vikings on Tell the Truth Tuesday. So here are 10 truths, factual statements about the Vikings right now. Number 1, season-defining win. Now, you may say, oh, we played your Super Bowl Week 7. This was the Rubicon, or this is Thermopylae, this was Midway, this is the Last Stand, this was the Alamo, man, where the Vikings, if they lost this game, maybe they're sellers at the deadline, but now the Vikings are getting their ish together, and the Niners are still one of the best teams in the league. You could say blah, 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 injuries. Vikings are playing without Justin Jefferson, the best non-quarterback in the league. Silencio, porque tu madre es muy gorda y fea. But the Vikings getting this win against the Niners, statement win. Absolute statement. 3-4, getting off the mat. And Kevin O'Connell, respect. I mean, for all of the criticism that we've dropped on Kevin O'Connell, I feel like it has been fair throughout the season. Play calling, game management, flow, adjustments in-game halftime. He had the answers. He had the answers. Now, did he go to his guy, Sean McVay, and be like, hey, how do you guys beat the Niners? It's possible, but this was a season-defining win. Next up, number 2, this was the best of Kirk Cousins. I'm still honestly in awe of the way that Kirk Cousins operated against the Niners defense. Again, Niners defense was at full strength and the best defense in the NFL, and Kirk Cousins, without Justin Jefferson, carved him up. So 35 of 45, completing 77.8% of his passes, 378 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, the pick wasn't really on him, but also one of the touchdowns by Addison should have been an interception. But 107.2 quarterback rating, 80 QBR, and also the Vikings were 8 of 13 on third down. Kirk was dealing, man. Like I understand that Kirk is polarizing amongst the fan base, and some want to move on and find their quarterback of the future. I get that. I mean, Kirk is 35, but you're not going to get better quarterback play than what you saw with Kirk Cousins on Monday night. Straight up. And Kirk has been playing at a high level this year. Frankly, I think that he's a top 5 or 6 quarterback in the league right now, and Kirk has not been the problem. Like, throughout the Vikings' losses, Kirk has not been the issue. All right, so it's just amazing. Just amazing how he really silenced the haters and the losers last night. Number 3, the Vikings have 2 aces at wide receiver. Not only 1 ace, 2 aces. So Justin Jefferson obviously is the best receiver in the game, but Jordan Addison, like we said, he had to step up and be that dude, and he was. 7 catches for 123 and 2 touchdowns on 10 targets, all of them in high leverage spots too, and he was great shrugging off press coverage. Him and Tavares Ward were going at it all night, and it's amazing. So 6 touchdowns, 7 games, and it's just really beautiful to see what Jordan Addison is doing. First round pick, and all the hype around Jackson Smith and Jigba with Seattle. All the hype around Quentin Johnston with the Chargers. All the hype around Zay. Zay's legit. All the non-hype around Puka Nacua, who Jaron Hall made at USC, at BYU, by the way. But at USC, Jordan Addison made Caleb Williams. At Pitt, Jordan Addison made Kenny Pickett look like a first-round pick. Small hand, smells like cabbage. But, I mean, Jordan Addison is a dog, and he's proven that he can be the wide receiver 1. And once Jefferson gets healthy and good to go, the Vikings are going to be dangerous. Dangerous, man. Number 4, the offensive line is one of the best in the league. Now, we didn't necessarily believe it because of pressures allowed in high leverage spots as well as spottiness in the run game, but the offensive line showed up against the best defense in the league and one of the best pass rushers in the league, and they shut him out. They shut him down. 0 goose egg. DeAndre Russell sacks, 15.9% pressure rate, their lowest in 3 years. Nick Bosa, 0 sacks. Armstead, Javon Hargrave, Drake Jackson, nothing going on, man. And yeah, Dalton Reisner is stepping in seamlessly for Ezra Cleveland at left guard, who's been playing well. Respect. Ed Ingram, respect. And Garrett Bradbury having himself a damn ball game against one of the best defensive interiors in the game. Respect. I mean, Darisaw completely erased Nick Bosa. Like, For sure, Bosa had one pressure, and also I think the only hurry that Darisaw gave up was against Clelin Ferrell. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Next up, number 5, running back change needs to happen. Now, I like Alexander Madison a lot. I think he does great stuff in the community. I think that he is a solid jack of all trades running back, but Akers is more dynamic right now. No, I understand you're going to look at the box score and be like, Madison's yards per carry was better, but all right, so Madison had that 19-yard burst to start the game, but then he was 7 for 20. And he should have sat down in the dead spot in the zone on third down and caught that touchdown pass from Kirk, but the Vikings had settled for a field goal, right? And Madison, things just have to change. Like, we need more of a spark. Madison certainly could still have a role in this offense. I'm not saying just bench him, but I think more work has to go to Akers. I think more work has to go to Ty Chandler. I don't think it's an accident that that Akers had 10 carries to Madison's 8 on Monday night, and I think that gap is going to widen a little bit more, and I think it needs to happen. Vikings just need more of a spark in the backfield. Next up, number 6, Flores is Assistant of the Year. And just think of where this defense was last year, where Donachelle sitting back, letting life happen, 31st in the league. And now, yes, this defense will still give up some yards. They'll still give up some points, but also they're limited. They're near the top of the league in terms of explosive plays allowed, 15-plus yards, although they'll let a couple slide. But they will get after the quarterback's ass. They will make timely plays. They will get off the field on third down at times. They will stiffen up in the red zone, and they will generate some turnovers. And, I mean, the Niners were coming into this game averaging 30-plus points per game, absent the Browns game, and the Vikings held them to 17. Right, even without Debo, even without Trent Williams, McCaffrey looked 100%. By the way, no big deal, and they did the damn thing. And Flores is basically really putting his players in positions to succeed. They weren't doing that last year. And the Vikings, do they need help on defense? Yes. I mean, the defensive line needs a bit of an overhaul. Cornerback-wise, they can certainly use some freshening up, but I think the Flores is making chicken salad right now. I think he's doing a great job. Next up, number 7. Speaking of doing a great job, Cameron Bynum is a Pro Bowler. And again, Beasley got a lot of flack over his first 2 years, but he's been nails. Absolute nails this year, and he's been one of the big beneficiaries of Brian Flores coming in. 69 tackles, nice. 48 of them solo in the open field. He's been fantastic. 2 forced fumbles, 4 passes broken up, 2 interceptions against the Niners, including calling game. And Cam Beasley's been fantastic. And again, this is no aspersion on Metellus or Harrison, but Bynum is playing the best safety of all 3 of them. And that's not poo-pooing on Harrison and Metellus. That's how good Cam Beasley has been this year. Next up, number 8, Greg Joseph is an issue. So he was solid at the beginning of the year, but last 2 games he's not been good. And one's been outdoors, one's been indoor at home. But 4 missed kicks in 2 games, 2 missed field goals. Yes, both of them were from 50 yards, but he's got to be able to make those. And also he's missed 2 PATs, which is inexcusable. And both in the Bears game, remember the Vikings won by 6, and Tyson Badgett was leading a drive, which is weird to say. And then the Vikings were... they should have been up by 9, and then they should have been up by 8, but then they're up by 5, and they had a shot at the end, and that's all on Greg Joseph. So maybe you bring a kicker on the practice squad. I don't know. It seemed with Greg Joseph mentally, like when there's a viable replacement on the roster or he's in competition, he seems to do better. So get someone on the practice squad right now. Next up, number 9, Vikings should be buyers at the trade deadline. Yes. Now, all this talk about, let's get rid of Neal. Let's get rid of KJ. Let's get rid of Harrison. No. Let's get rid of Kirk. Let's get rid of JJ. Let's get rid of Ezra. Actually, we might be okay trading Ezra. I think that might be one of the reasons why they didn't put him on injured reserve either. But the Vikings should be buyers at the deadline. Let's rack up and stack up. Let's load up and let's go for the pin. Right now, man. Carl Lawson, Jaylon Johnson, in division with the Bears. Hey, Ryan Poles, what up? Chase Young, Brian Burns, a freaking nose tackle. Trade a first rounder for Vita Vea. I don't care at this point. Just do it. Hey, Vikings trade for Vita Vea, we win the Super Bowl. I legitimately believe that. That's right, man. But yeah, be buyers, go all in. And again, hey, number 10. The Vikings can go and run. So again, look at the schedule. Look at this schedule. Name me a game the rest of the way that you're really scared of, right? The Lions can be tamed. Pun intended. Sorry, that was really accidental. Anyways, at the Packers, at the Falcons. Do either of those games scare you? No. Saints? No. Broncos? No. Bears? Absolutely not. Raiders? No. Bengals? No. Nah. Then 2 against the Lions and 1 against the Packers. Vikings control their own destiny. Do you see 10, 11 wins in here? Minimum? Yes. I absolutely do, especially if they load up at the trade deadline. So, and also, guess what? In 2 more weeks, they potentially get Justin Jefferson back. The best receiver in the game. The best non-quarterback in the game, you get back. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. So, that's right. The Vikings can certainly go on a run to win the whole effing thing. That's right, baby. But that's it. That's 10 truths on Tell the Truth Tuesday. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.